Today, we're going to be talking about Euro USD. We're going to be picking up from where we left off in the last video that we did a couple of days ago. And I'm just going to share my thoughts in regards to what I think is happening, how it's happening, and opportunities we can look out for. Not so much today, maybe in preparation for next week, right? So with that said, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and you drop us a like. So with that said and done, we're just going to get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're looking at right now is what's taking place in regards to price in this area over here. So that would be the low value node. Now, usually when you're watching me point out the volume profile is usually on this side. Okay, so it's usually on this side, right? But however, you're watching it and it's on this side, right? Because there's a difference here. It's exactly the same thing, by the way. So there's no difference in the tool itself, but how you're able to place the tool. So for example, in this area over here, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So in this area over here, I am using the fixed volume profile. So I can just choose anywhere in the chart and it will just give me the reading of that location, right? And then when I choose the anchored volume profile, it will choose a specific region. So it will say, okay, so I will say, I'm interested from this point over here to say this point, right? So you always be from this point to wherever market is right now and calculate the data accordingly, right? And it will place that data over here for us. In this area over here, I've selected the data point of this location over here to this location over here. That's the data point. So only this area is being calculated by the fixed range volume profile. So if I move this now, you're going to see the calculation is going to change. So just move this and let's just move this over here to the latest point. And the calculations change, and as you can see, the low value node area in this area over here has readjusted itself. Okay, up here has remained the same, no change, but in here kind of has. So we have two low value nodes in the middle of a high value node, right? So normally what I do is, because it's roughly about the same, I'll just count it all as one. Right, so I count it as one location, and we'll just leave it here for now, right? Just leave it here for now. Okay, the next thing that I also want to do, because I want to keep this volume profile there as it is, right? I actually like it. So this is the top side of the high value area. So we're just going to make this a little bit thicker, and I think I want to make this. No, that color's good. Let's keep this that. Let's make this thicker. Okay, so far everything here looks good. So we know this is point of control, and we also know this is the high side of the high value area, and this is the low side of the high value area, and this all here is the low value area, high value area, right? So we know what we're looking at right now. Okay, so now with that said and done, let's get rid of this. And then let's take a look to see what's happening right now. Okay, so let's look at last week. So we got Monday here. So we got Monday. Whoops. So we got Monday right here. Okay, and then we have that right here. So this is Friday, Monday, cool. Okay, I'm looking for the weekly lows and the weekly highs of last week, right? Not this week, last week. And we're going to use that information somewhat this week, and then we're going to try to predetermine where everything is for this week in preparation for next week. Bearing in mind, this video is coming out on a Friday. You can't do anything unless you're going to act on this video as soon as it comes out, but there's not really much maneuverability. There's not really much things to do. I mean, the channel is swing trading, so we're not really in it for the day. We're in it for a couple of days, right? So I'm going to do my best to try to get a reading for somewhere next week that can help us in regards to Euro USD. Right, so with that said, let's have a look to see where everything is. So last week's level was set for us on a Monday. And a Wednesday. So Monday and Wednesday was where we got the weekly highs and weekly lows, right? So weekly low, weekly high. So far, the levels isn't really that important. The levels really ain't that important. What's important is where everything kind of is, right? I'm not even sure why I put this there, but let's get rid of this, okay? So now let's look into this week right now. So this week, as it looks right now, it's fair to assume that we have what you could argue and say this is the weekly low, right? And the weekly high was on Wednesday. You could say that. I mean, this week is still ongoing, so this level looks relatively set in stone, but this one up here is touch and go. That might have to adjust at some point next week. It might have to, right? It might have to. That one I'm not too sure about. Weekly high, okay? So just going off what took place, so last week, right? So if you use last week's weekly low and weekly highs, right? This is what you would have got. So we're going to make this bold, so it makes it a little bit easier to navigate. So you would have noticed that on the Monday and on the Tuesday, right, we got a close, right? So we got a close above the weekly high, right? As well as price pushed down. Then we had an area of uncertainty. So this is all this week, right? This is all this week. And yesterday was an opportunity for a buy, right? So basically, what we had was we have price closing under the low value node right here, and price closing above the low value node right here. We had both going on, okay? So even if I try to be sensible, right? And say, for example, I put in a buy here and I put my stop here, I would have been closed out. And then if I put my sell here and I put my stop here, I would have been closed out, right? And this doesn't count because we didn't get a close under, okay, right? But however, it started to go good from Tuesday, late in the evening, early hours of the Wednesday was when price really started to push up to the upside, and we got a decent move, and then we had a total collapse, and now we had a good move. So you could have made a couple mistakes in this area and it would not have been your fault. You'd have been following the playbook. And like I say, it's like these things happen, right? You're not going to get it right all the time. But the question is, right, I mean, if you screwed up, say, 4 times in this area, so let me just see how many times you could have messed up. So buy, loss, sell, loss, no sell, another buy. Okay, so you'd have lost twice, right? I reckon in this area here, there was a high probability that you would have made back just over 1.5 of what you would have lost in this area. And then if you had seen this move again and you got in right now, you would have recovered all of your losses. Okay, right. Now we're heading to the next part of the analysis, which is right now we can see this area right here. So this little blue line that we can see, it's quite faint, that we can see, right? This is the low, this is the low side of the high value area. So this is the high value area right here, okay? This is the high value area, very important area, right? And this is the border for the high value areas, right? We've got 2 of them up here, okay? And then outside of that, well, inside of this, we have a low value node, right? A low value node. So a low value node that covers the inside of the high value area as well as the outside of the low value area. We have nodes right here. Okay, right? Now, what's happening in this area? Just reading volume profile as a whole, like it's basic level of understanding volume profile. Okay, it follows a simple rule, which is anytime price is moving away from the high side of the high value area, you need to consider taking sales, because price will most likely come back down to the low side of the high value area, right? And vice versa. So it will bounce in between these levels. Let me just do it like this. So it will bounce in between these levels, right? Maybe not dead on, but when you see it in this area like this, so you see price, so we got, okay, so we've got this whole thing set up, right? Now let me see if I can move this to back. Okay, let me, hopefully this is going to make a lot of sense. Visual order. Okay, center back. Okay, right, good. So this is all the way to the back now, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in this area real quick, so just so you can have a brief look into what it is I'm trying to tell you, right? You see how price is behaving in this area, the rejection, and then it makes his way back down to this level. So he goes from here to here to here, and then the odd occasion it will break out, right? And then it will fly up, and then it will come all the way down. If it doesn't bounce, it's going to blast all the way through. It's going to retest the low value area, because there's always a low value area outside of the high value area, right? There's always that, right? So it's going to pop back in there again, then it's going to fly all the way back down again. So he plays around in this area for a bit, taps into it, doesn't shoot off, just taps into it, flies all the way back down to near the bottom, okay, flies back up again to point of control, and then flies all the way back down again, right? All the way back down again, blasts out of it, goes all the way down, gives you a little bit extra pips and points, you know, it should do, and then it flies back in, and now it's doing exactly what it did before, right? So in this area right here of any volume profile right here is one of the easiest ways to get paid in the market if you know how to use this properly, right? Just finding this zone in any market is the easiest way that you're gonna get paid in any market, in my opinion, based on what I've learned. Hence why as soon as I discovered the volume profile, I haven't stopped talking about it since I've been using it, right? So with that said, this is what I would say about today, right? If we get a close above this level right here, if we get a close above this level right here, which is 1.13624, right, you could consider still holding your buys up to the top side, which would be 1.14155. You could do that, okay? Or ultimately, you could wait till next week for this whole thing to set itself up, so at least you know where the weekly high and weekly lows actually are, and then we can find out where they correspond on here properly in preparation for next week. So these are the options how you could basically do it, right? Now, with all of that said and done, if you stayed with me up until now, you definitely owe me a subscription, right? So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like, and I will see all of you amazing people again on the next one.